Yeah, I can hear you. Adam, am I on this? Am I going to be on your phone, or do you need me to call into the smart line? Okay. Okay, so who all's on the show tonight? Oh, geez. They get tired of us making them look bad? Okay. Is it okay that you're basically the only one I can hear? I can barely hear anybody else. Music playing? I don't hear any music.
listening to the Electronic Media Collective Podcast Network. Yeah, it's a mouthful. For more great shows like the one you're about to enjoy, visit electronicmediacollective.com. And now, our feature presentation.
Booting up Smart Mark system. Microphones check. Soundboard check. Recording and streaming software check. Production sheets check. Smart Mark hosts check. All systems are a go. Tuesday night Smarkdown, you are clear for broadcast.
Oh, it's true. It's damn true.
Turn it up! Turn it up!
Welcome to Smarkdown. Tonight's host, we welcome back our experienced, the heavy Brian. Welcome back, buddy.
Hey, man.
Welcome back, friend.
I'm here. How you doing?
We have our queen with us, the queen of Marked Out, Kiera.
Was that English? What the fuck was that?
It's the shaking off the cobweb.
Hey,
He's actually live.
quit interrupting the open. Sorry. I am the educated Adam Baum. Tonight we have guest hosts galore. We have our entire Marked Out family reunion here on our panel tonight. We welcome back the Marked Out family members, Medine, Stone Age Steve Awesome, our Memphis correspondent Bob, and his best friend in Markdom, our roadie Rob.
Fuck Bob. I thought you were going to say Dolph Ziggler was here.
No Dolph Ziggler, not yet. We got a lot to cover. We got to get Brian and Medine caught back up, get their takes on some things. We got the Mud Report. We got This Day in History. We got our 3 key ingredients tonight. Well, we got our best and worst. We kind of changed it up a little bit. We're going to do a Brooklyn Report, Make Me Care Diva segment. Brian's going to take his hand in trivia. I got an asylum. Steve's got a free agent, and we'll talk a little bit about Backlash before our final thoughts. But now, let's do a little cleanup.
Housekeeping?
No, thank you. Sleeping.
Housekeeping?
Come back in an hour.
Here are your Marked Out Wrestling housekeeping notes. You can join us on our website at markedoutwrestling.com, on Twitter at SmartMarkShow, Facebook.com/markedoutthe1, YouTube channel, Marked Out Wrestling Podcast, where we broadcast live every Monday following Raw, our Google Plus page, Marked Out Wrestling Podcast, Instagram, Marked Out Wrestling, and our You Record Studios Smart Line, 704-444-0084. Get connected.
Please go away. Let me sleep for the love of God.
Housekeeping, you want me to jerk you off?
What kind of hotel is this?
Oh, it's you.
Can you dig it, sucker?
All right, we're going to go right into our Mud Report. Basically, last night, for those of you who didn't listen to Rawsome, you should go back and listen to it. Me, Steve, and Rob and Kiera, we all kind of discussed our reaction to Finn Balor's injury and what happened backstage with Y2J and Brock at the end of SummerSlam. And I kind of just wanted to kick it right over to Medine. Actually, Bob, you can also join in us. Bob, Medine, Brian, kind of give me your thoughts on those topics. You know, Finn being out so quickly.
It's a bad thing.
Well, no shit, Sherlock. You want to expand a little bit?
I mean, it is truly unfortunate for the company that right as they bestowed the ugliest fucking title ever made upon a new champion, that champion was like, oh, no. See, my shoulder hurts too bad to carry that fucking thing through air quotes.
I don't have any idea what you just said, Bob, because at the same time in the studio, Medine was saying something, but his mic is not on. So he just continued to talk. So it was kind of like I'm not sure which way to go. So let's just go to Brian and assume that Bob said something unintelligent.
I mean, it's kind of crazy to see that Finn winning he's going to be the first Universal Champion now all of a sudden.
And the first reign is one day.
Yeah.
Just bad luck. I mean,
he's gone.
I was just curious what their plans were going to be with him, but now
we'll never know.
I mean, he was going to be the guy. I mean, they had him on the Good Morning Show, right?
Yeah.
I mean, he was going to be the new face of Raw.
Did anybody watch the Good Morning Show? Was he on there with a sling?
You know, interesting. I did see a picture. I didn't watch it. Medine, you said that you did see him.
Medine says he heard that he was. Oh, God. He was on there with Charlotte, apparently.
That's right.
And then, what do you think about Bob and Brian? What do you think about the because I want to mention a second shout-out to Y2J. Y2J, the veteran of the locker room, getting in Brock's face at the end of SummerSlam, kind of calling him out for what he did to Randy. What do you guys think about that?
Well, okay, I cannot hear anybody else, so if I start talking over somebody, just Adam, let me know. You're the only voice I can hear.
Oh, awesome.
The report that I read, it was a little bit different than what you guys read. It ultimately got broken up by Orton, who was explaining that it was all a work.
They didn't let we heard Triple H and Vince broke it up.
No, Triple H split them up and explained to Vince that Brock started it and that Jericho was defending himself, but it was ultimately Orton who came back there and had to explain to everybody it was a work. That it was one of the things where they didn't let anybody in on how the match was going to finish.
Yeah, even if it was a work, I still side with Jericho because Brock was rough as fuck. I mean, you saw it, Brian. What would happen if you were in a match and somebody treated you like that?
But see, I don't know if that's me. And even as I was watching it, it seemed that Orton. I mean, he was on board with Brock laying in the elbows and trying to get him. You know, it looked like he was trying to actually get him to bust him open. Obviously, they're not allowed to do that in the current era as far as blading or doing anything like that. So in doing so, they I think they got a little bit too much color and they had to stop the match.
Yeah, we've mentioned a couple times that they can't do the blading. I find it convenient that when blading went out of style, Steve, you might remember this, is also when the wristbands and armbands used to hide the blades in have gone away.
They used to cover it. Actually, sometimes they slit and they cover up with Vaseline to hide it and just wipe it off as the match went on.
Oh, I didn't know about that
used to happen too, yeah.
Right.
I've heard them hiding shit in their mouth and stuff before too. It's crazy.
Right.
Well, hey, Adam.
Yes.
Can I ask you a question?
Sure.
Because you were really one of the leading voices last night about how wrong you felt it was. Did you have problems back in the days with Foley telling people to bust him open the hard way? Because I mean, dude, that was what he did all the time.
Well, the thing is back then there was a hardcore era. I clearly think that this was not the conclusion of the match. The conclusion of the match was not to give Randy 10 staples.
No.
Just like the conclusion of one of the Mankind ones where he told The Rock to lay into him. He was, I think, supposed to take 3 chair shots and took 11 or some shit right in front of his family. So there are guys going too far, and that's basically what I'm saying is that Brock went too far. So you can say, hey, bust me open, Bob, but when somebody after and being attended to by the real WWE physician, not the guy that stands ringside and pretends to do I'm talking the real doctor comes out. Is him off even?
Yeah,
that's excessive. I mean, that's where I feel Jericho was most justified.
Oh yeah, he's like his voice of the locker room. He's got to step in and look after everybody.
And you know, Bob and Brian, when you get in the ring with somebody, you are trusting them with a lot. You are trusting them to make sure because rough guys hurt people. Case in point is Seth Rollins has now ended Sting's career and ended Finn Balor's first run on the same move.
That's a whole
intentional, though.
Another topic.
Well, no, but I'm saying we outlawed the curb stomp, but we let him. I mean,
yeah,
come on, that's a tough match. If you do not hit it right, and it's all up to Seth throwing you, maybe it's bad luck, but he injured 2 guys in less than a year's time.
Yeah,
and I'm not saying because most of Seth's works are not.
Well,
tough.
and you're also forgetting about. It's funny that you brought that up. Also, Cena busting his nose with the high knee.
Yeah.
I mean, it's kind of getting into the realm of
Seth is still playing on it, and he loves the fact after the fact he's still chimes in and makes everybody laugh at it. But
yeah, I mean, but you see what my point, Bob, about how it was just too much. And Kevin, I don't know if you listened to our caller last night, Kevin, but he had a good point on, Brock's job is to go out and make headlines, and Brock did headlines. Brock fooled the marks and everything into, could this be real? Could this not be a work? He succeeded on that front, but I still back Jericho.
Okay, so Brock is dangerous and unpredictable, and he could accidentally hurt somebody. Taker trusted him. Triple H trusted him. All these, Cena trusts him. It's one of those things where I think that Brock made the right decision at the end of throwing people off and throwing that second and third group of punches he threw were nowhere near landing. You can't just have the show go dead because you accidentally crack somebody's skull open.
Well, and that's why I think Shane still came out, because I think he was supposed to come out and take the F5, and clearly, we'll get to it in a little bit, but clearly that's going to go somewhere. Brian,
this is one of those arguments that can be had by wrestling nerds.
Right, that's why I'm cutting you off. Brian, you got anything else to add to this?
Yeah, I mean, I just don't understand. I get why Lesnar is getting this flack, but I don't necessarily agree with it. I mean, what is he supposed to do? He's supposed to bust him open, but don't bust him open too much. I mean, how? I don't. It's hard to be.
It's not don't bust him up too much. It's when you're gushing blood and ruining the entire canvas. Now you can stop.
Yeah, I think you made your point at that time.
Yeah,
right. And have we heard of? Has Orton responded from it? Has anyone heard as far as?
Well, he was on the ring tonight.
He came out tonight and just said, "I'm still standing," kind of thing.
Right.
But,
I'm saying as far as
I really don't know if they're going to do anything with this, because
I have staples in my head.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I have staples in my head. All right, let's go on to. That's the wrong effect.
What?
We're going to This Week in Wrestling History.
Oh.
Hey, Brian.
Brian's over there. I'm over here, guys.
Just fucking do it.
All right, I'm going to kick it off real quick. 17 years ago today, on Raw from Ames, Iowa, Triple H defeated Mankind the night after SummerSlam, courtesy of Shane McMahon as a special referee, and it was the first of Triple H's 14 titles. Pretty impressive there. And also, not only title to change on that show that night, Mark Henry awarded the European Championship, who gives a shit, over Rob's favorite wrestler, Jeff Jarrett.
Yeah.
I know you like that one.
Fuck him.
Double J.
Him. Fuck Bob. Fuck Jarrett. Everybody. But the other significance here, I think I speak for some of you in the room who are fans, it was the debut of former radio show host Lillian Garcia. And, of course, Lillian would go on to be the first full-time female ring announcer. Her second run with the company ended earlier this month when she had to leave to go care for her family.
Yeah.
Hey, can you everybody do me a favor real quick? Madine, can you talk into your microphone, please? Okay.
Hey, we can hear him.
I asked you to do like 10 minutes ago. Oh, my God. Can you bend it down so it angles towards your face?
The first part of this was just a pre-show.
I'm just saying. All right, now we got to get your headphones.
We haven't been back together in a while. It took a long time.
No, Adam's an asshole. Look, Bob. Hey, Bob. Bob, you there?
Bob's going to like this.
How is this my fault?
Can Bob hear me?
I cleaned him out.
Bob said he could only hear me.
I can hear you say, can Bob hear me? Yes.
Okay.
Well, then why don't you respond, dumbass?
Okay, so look, I had to
motherfuck yourself. Yes, what do you need, Rob?
I had to update my computer to Windows 10 today, right? So it was I had to go to work, update. So I text Adam's fucking lazy ass 2 hours ago and like, hey, can you boot the computer up, because if not, it's going to stall the show because blah, blah, blah. Anyway, I just said, can you boot the computer for me 2 hours ago? So on the way home from work, I text Kiara, like, no, he hasn't done anything. Fucking lazy bastard's what he is. And I'm sorry. I'm a little high-strung right now, so go ahead and do your thing. Go ahead. Fuck you, Bob.
Let Adam's lazy as shit.
All right, Bob, it's your turn.
I'll just wait.
This day in history, TNA had a match at a baseball field, and it attracted 48 people. And it was headlined by Angle versus Jeff Hardy.
Wait, no, you're not reading the right thing. You're completely not reading the right thing.
I'm making all that shit up. I didn't get any. You didn't send me the page that had my This Day in History on.
Are you kidding me? You're kidding.
No, but I mean, you believed it for a second there. You're like, yeah, that sounds legit.
You said, I thought you were being funny with the baseball field thing, and 48 people watching. Brian, read Bob's thing.
Oh, no, dude, that shit
Shut
actually
up, Bob.
happened.
We're going on. Brian, you read Bob's thing.
All right. 6 years ago today, WWE presented SummerSlam from the Staples Center in Los Angeles, California. This would be the first of 6 consecutive SummerSlam events to be hosted at the Staples Center. Now the event was the return of The Undertaker, making his first pay-per-view appearance since WrestleMania 25, as we know. Let's see in the card. In a pre-show dark match, Beth Phoenix last eliminated Kelly and Eve Torres to win the 15 Diva Battle Royal.
It's hard to believe there
was 15
that, divas there.
Yeah, and didn't they brought back...
Wasn't that when Jillian Hall had the fetus on her face?
Oh, my God.
Oh, God. Fetus.
Great, yeah.
You guys remember
Thank
that.
you, creative. Mickey James, Layla, Gail Kim, Alicia Fox, Jillian Hall, your girl. There we go. Melina.
A who's who of dog
right,
shit.
Yeah. Rey Mysterio defeated Dolph Ziggler to retain the WWE Intercontinental Championship. Solid match. DX defeated Legacy. Cody Rhodes and Ted DiBiase. No longer here anymore.
Wow.
Yeah. They
those
both
guys.
back then were
they were
future
up-and-comers.
former future heavyweight champs.
Fortunate sons, right?
Yeah.
Christian defeated William Regal in just 8 seconds to retain the ECW championship. That's also an underrated belt. Now that I know all the scrutiny's been coming around for all the new belts and stuff, that was a pretty cool one.
It looked a lot better than the shit we got now.
It was huge. I remember just the face of it being just gigantic. Let's see.
Wait. The importance of that record was...
let's see. Oh, the win breaks the record for fastest win in SummerSlam history by 17 seconds, set by a guy we shall no longer say. Chris Benoit.
We're allowed to mention him.
Yeah, I guess so. Chris Benoit over Orlando Jordan in 2005. The record would be tied in 2013 when Randy Orton, Medine's boy, cashed in his Money in the Bank briefcase to defeat Daniel Bryan in 8 seconds for the WWE Championship. Let's see. Randy Orton defeated John Cena to retain the WWE Championship. That match had 3 restarts after Orton was disqualified for the first one. The second one was he was counted out, and then the third one he had an illegal pin.
That was when he was full heel.
Right. I missed that. Although I do like his run right now coming back. I mean, it's hard to come back just full heel. It'll come. Because he prefers... He's one of those guys that prefers wrestling as a heel more than face, I think.
All right, Stevie, we got to go to you now.
Oh, I need a sheet because I thought Kira's doing his part.
Oh.
But she's gone, so I'll take her spot. It's fine.
All my production.
Tag in.
Everything I do.
On this day, 19 years
wasted.
ago today, the WWF presented 2 episodes of Friday Night Main Event from the Rosemount Horizon in Chicago, Illinois. It aired on August 29th and September 5th in place of Raw is War due to the USA Network, which we watch the show on now, their airing of the annual U.S. Open tennis tournament. So, do they still air the tennis tournament now, or
they do it more on CBS on
next
late
week?
night.
No, actually, next week the U.S. Open will
they do?
be on
So I didn't know
USA.
Night.
It's not.
Yeah,
We won't
USA.
disrupt our schedule then.
All right.
Then Friday night's main event was essentially a reboot from the popular 80s series Saturday Night Main Event, meaning the featured bout on the show went on first, kind of like SummerSlam kind of did. Weird. To
kind of like every bad
to get the
booking.
most possible viewers, as the show didn't air till 11 p.m. that night. So that made sense then to get the main event on early, but still kind of weird.
Well, thank you guys. Let's take it in. You need a Snickers, buddy.
I do. I really fucking do.
What you need to make a good Smarkdown is your 3
Well,
key
Snickers have made you...
Shut up, Bob. It's the intro.
You are ruining the intro.
He can't hear it.
Oh, he can't hear it. That's right.
Because you fucked up doing what Rob told you to.
Wow. You can go to hell. All right, let's start with our 3 key ingredients. Let me just go over them real quick. We're going to talk about the Orton-Brock fallout. We're going to go to the new belts. We're going to talk about the tag titles and the Diva titles that were unveiled tonight. And then topic number 3, we're going to talk about the number 1 contendership and who's next to fight Dean Ambrose. Before we go into topic number 1, it seems that somebody's chimed in. Who we got, Rob? Or Steve? Who's reading it?
Actually, Upload Test has been with us the whole time.
Test.
And Michael Clarity joined us recently. He said, sup, ham and eggers. So, whatever that means.
What's up, Tom Zank?
Tom?
You guys got some weird, never mind. It's illegal now. It's all right.
We've always wondered who Brian's bro love was. Now maybe we found it out.
It's back. Hey, it's still been.
The Ascension?
Save your Ziggler stuff. We'll give you time to get to that in topic number 3.
All right.
Topic number 1, the Orton fallout. To discuss. first I want to say something. Everybody in the room, seemingly except me, was going, I don't see the staples. I don't see the staples because you guys, right when he walked out, and they kept it off camera, and then finally, right when Randy talked, he turned, and all four of you went like, oh, there it is.
Yeah.
It was like, yeah, exactly, that goo moment. And, I mean, clear as day, he's got 10 staples in his head. But besides the 10 staples in his head, it looks like they're not really going to address it through Randy against Brock. They're probably going to address it with Shane because Shane says it's far from over. $500 fine from Stephanie to Brock.
It's a slap on the wrist.
That was real. He's $500.
Slap on the wrist.
Right? Well, that is. I don't know where that's going to go.
Drink a beer.
No. I don't mean like real. Like they actually suggested that as some sort of.
Are we actually in the topic right now?
We're about to be. And the final part that I want to mention here is what do we think about Bray coming out and challenging Orton next? Now we're in the topic. What do you guys got? You're the sound guy.
I don't know. You're like, well, let's run through the topics, and before we do, we'll do this, and then we'll just start talking about the topic. And we won't, like
that's only what you heard. That's not actually what was said.
Oh, Jesus.
So, Brian, Steve, now join in. What do you got for Orton from here?
Well, like you said earlier, I mean, I don't know. Is this the last hurrah for Bray? I mean, he has to win, or he's just going to sink.
To me,
nothing.
it is.
Right.
I am done watching Bray lose rivalries. I'm done watching Bray do the same old thing and talk about how can you come out and here's the thing that's always been my strike against Bray is the fact that he comes out and cuts promos that basically say, I will never lose. I'm invincible. Tonight he referred to himself as God.
Yeah.
He wasn't even on the pay-per-view. He just loses, gets DQ'd, and then beats somebody up after the fact. That storyline and his character are not supporting each other with the booking.
Right.
And so, to
me,
just
Randy. I mean, what's going to happen if he loses? I mean,
well,
it's going to be another.
He can't have two losses in a row.
And that's where
that's where you know that Bray's in trouble here.
Right. This could be bad booking, and if this is another, or what are they going to do? Rusev Roman style, no contest. Yeah. Well, they're going to Rusev Roman it, no contest. My bottom line is, I thought Bray. We'll get to it in topic 3, the number one contender, but I thought Bray was going to be next in line for Ambrose. The way he'd been working with Ziggler and Ambrose leading up to SummerSlam. What do you think, Brian?
I mean, I'm excited for him to be kind of having, going with his feud with Orton. I just, like we said, I can't see him going over on him. But at the same time, it's just the same old with him. It's supposed to be a new era, and it's just he keeps getting fed to these guys. And what did we say before? That he's a main event jobber, right?
Yeah,
right.
He's the Zack Ryder equivalent to the main eventers.
I mean, I guess he needed it. He fits the role perfectly. It's just unfortunate that someone with his style and his gimmick is kind of been pegged in this position in the company.
I always compare it to The Undertaker. If The Undertaker constantly lost all the time, never got over, and it's one thing, exactly. A lot of time when Taker lost, it was a screw job that made him lose. It was never clean, it seemed. So that was how the legend of The Undertaker was built. The legend of Bray Wyatt is
the opposite.
Yeah.
How many times are you going to lose?
I mean, how many times are you going to come out and gloat after a loss?
Right.
How many times are you going to not stand on your own? And again, tonight, he could have run in. He could have attacked Randy with the staples and all. Maybe tonight is a bad example because maybe he wasn't allowed to. But all the time he comes out, talks shit, has an opportunity to come in, and unless he's got his boys with him, he never attacks.
Right. I mean, when was the last time they actually did get over it? Was it the compound pay-per-view? It really wasn't a win for him.
Yeah, it wasn't a win or a loss or anything.
It was a very bad racist statement at the time.
Yeah.
So, I mean, basically then where do you guys see on the other side? Do you think anything will happen with the Shane angle against Brock?
Shane and Brock. I hope they don't have.
I mean,
a WrestleMania moment.
No, we all joke, but I wonder if that's a Survivor Series.
Shane's going to come off the top on now. What I mean,
right?
I mean, I don't know. As long as they hide that safety cushion again,
right?
Bob, what do you got on this?
First, I think Orton loses in the feud with Bray. When Orton's a good guy, he doesn't win as much. When he's a bad guy, he wins all the time. When he's a good guy, he loses quite a bit. He puts people
like
over.
A promo
and then
for Roman.
And then he gets pissed off about losing, and then he becomes a bad guy. I think he loses to Bray. And as far as what happens with the Shane and Brock thing, I think this just becomes back and forth nonsense with people screwing with one show and then nonsensical fines get. Yeah, I think this builds up to Survivor Series.
And this is their way to not so much do an invasion, but do an angle of competition a little bit. You know, like we tried to do with Shots Fired kind of thing. Anybody else got anything else to add to the Orton? Rob, you got anything?
Honestly, I didn't pay attention to the whole thing, and I have no idea what you're talking about.
well, part of it is because, you know, we were just talking about where Randy goes from here.
I'm so focused on the fact that Medin's putting his condenser mic in the air so it can pick up every sound in the room.
Oh.
Are you back, Medin?
Yeah.
You got any comments on where you think?
I'm not feeling well tonight.
He was reading.
All right.
And I'm also reading. But
you got anything for Orton and where you think he's going to go?
I don't think he loses 2 feuds in a row. I think after taking the 10 staples in his head, he's got to look strong.
So you think they're going to let Bray lose 10 feuds in a row?
No, you guys said he was the main event jobber. You guys are correct because I've heard dark matches already where Randy's winning. So
and I'm really worried about it, guys, because I think this is the nail in Bray's coffin.
At the same time, guys, you know, they did bring up Bray kind of fast, and you know he's got to kind of pay his dues to the legends.
It's been 2.5 years,
guys.
though.
Well, you know what? Those guys aren't done yet. So when those guys are done, then it's been
how long was
turn.
Dean like that? The bridesmaid.
Dean was broken up from the Shield in June of 2014.
So it took him a while.
A couple years.
It took him about But he also came through the NXT circuit. Bray came through there.
Right.
Bray and the Wyatts, you know, kind of were dominant down there, and I don't know. And him being lineage, that's the other thing. Most lineage wrestlers get pushed quicker.
No doubt.
He got a great character and he gets great airtime, but he has not gotten any victories.
It would be the right time because now Orton's coming back.
Yeah, he's not really a
older.
lineage character, though. You're talking about Bray, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, I mean, everybody that's a mark knows that
we all
he's
know
the second
who
generation.
his family is.
Right.
He ain't lineage. That's a brand new thing they're trying to do.
Well, his gimmick is, but the character is brand new, but he's still Mike Rotunda's kid.
So you're saying that he gets preferential treatment, do you think, as far as storylines go?
I'm saying, like, we got Roman, who's related to The Rock.
He never comes across as weak.
No, he does come across as weak, because after he loses, after he gets pinned, then his boys come in and they just stomp a mud hole. And
he doesn't have boys anymore.
Well, bullshit. Tonight was the first night Rowan was not seen with him, Bob. You cannot tell me he doesn't have boys.
I'm telling you right now, I don't think he has boys anymore.
You're an idiot. That was the dumbest thing you said. Because that's the dumbest thing you said. This is the first Smackdown with him on there without Rowan.
Tonight. He couldn't have stood behind him while he talked like he normally does.
Ninja, please.
No, Bray was out there by himself. That would lead one to believe he ain't got boys no more.
Well, still, even when he stood by himself in past, when he was still part of the faction, he never attacked. He never did anything. And I'm sorry, Rowan not being there, Rowan fought his battle for him the week prior. Rowan fought Dean Ambrose, and Bray was ringside running around. And now 1 week later, you're telling me he doesn't have boys? That's why I'm saying that's a dumb statement.
He bailed on him after the match.
Anybody want to dogpile on Bob with me?
Talked about?
What are y'all talking about?
I wouldn't necessarily dogpile, but I mean, he was also he had to do that a lot because he does get hurt a lot. He is injury prone. A lot of the times he was nursing injuries.
Wait, now. Okay, since Bob didn't bring up a good point, Brian has. You think maybe that's why he's never really gotten the push because he's injury prone?
I mean, look at Sasha Banks. Wasn't she another one that Vince said, hey, she's someone that he doesn't necessarily see kind of elevating just because she has gotten hurt a lot?
And Rob pointed out like 6 points of the match on SummerSlam that looked like she broke her spine.
So I'm assuming you're talking about Bray and injury prone.
Right.
Oh, yeah, that's a major thing, especially if you look down in development. They're really big on injury prone. If you're injury prone, they're not going to push you.
Exactly.
Obviously. It's just
like any other sport. They're not going to draft you. They're not going to.
Well, and think about this. In under a year, 2 champions have had to be stripped of belts because of injury.
Mm-hmm.
2 heavy.
3.
And it looks
Who
bad.
was the third?
Daniel Bryan, right?
For the IC.
Oh, yeah. I forgot.
The IC for that.
2 heavyweights in the IC.
Well,
you're right.
Didn't he give it he gave it the heavyweight as well, didn't he?
He might have at Money in the Bank.
He gave up heavyweight, then he came back. He won IC, then he came back, then he... so he gave up 2 belts. Rollins gave up a belt.
But I'm saying in the last year we got 2 huge ones that have been cut down. I'm sure that is somebody chiming in telling us where we're wrong on this.
It's upload test. He was just saying Bray is small and heavy, and that's why he's not pushed more.
Small
heavy guys don't get pushed for some reason. That's
Is
according to upload test.
Is that because they're fat? Is that
Like,
what he's trying to
so
say?
Rusev and people like that, I guess he's lumping them all together. I don't know.
I don't know.
Small and
we
heavy.
need to move on, though, to segment 2.
All right.
Let's go.
2.
Segment 2. Okay, we have trashed, as a marked out family, the red belt. We have trashed it.
Garbage.
Now, the 2 titles introduced tonight, the tag titles and the Divas title, not so bad. Just for listeners at home, if you haven't seen it, the Divas title is Divas title. Medine, you screwed me up.
It's so hard.
The Smackdown women's title is the exact same as the Raw women's title, except it is blue and not red. And the tag titles,
the white strap.
Yeah, the tag titles look exactly the same. Instead of gold or bronze or copper, whatever they were using,
kind of bronze.
Yeah, now it's silver, and it's got that dark blue, not the royal blue Smackdown.
Looks nice. Yeah, I like. Yeah. It looks good.
They're not bad. So
that belt, that new the tag belts that are currently being used and the new mock-up for SmackDown are ugly as shit. They had made a good belt in a long time.
God.
I actually miss the spinner belt now.
Fuck,
my God.
I really
Spinner
don't
belt?
want. Well, I was gonna agree with you, Bob, and then you brought up the fucking spinner belt.
But I mean, the spinner belt was the last quote-unquote decent-looking belt. I mean, it was.
That was
They
garbage.
haven't done anything
It was
good.
absolutely garbage. Absolutely garbage. The last good belt was the World Heavyweight Championship belt. That was the last good belt.
The last good
but
belt
they
was
didn't
the
create
upside
that
down
one.
W for Miz.
Oh Jesus!
Get out of
Yeah,
here.
that was the WCW. That was the belt of Flair.
Look,
They didn't create that one.
No, I agree.
The
You're right.
last good one that they actually created was probably the Smoking Skull belt.
I didn't mind it.
Not for anyone other than Austin to hold though. That was the
that's
problem with the
his-
Smoking Skull. You
Right.
could
Yeah.
like The Rock couldn't carry that around. Like other
But
people
I talked
carried
about
the
before,
spinner for a little bit.
I hated accessory belts. Like you should not get your own private belt. I always hated that concept. The last really good belt was the big winged eagle, the WWF Championship. That was the last good WWF title. I agree with Bob. The tag team titles, I don't care what they did to modify them on
Mark
SmackDown.
it down. Rob agrees with Bob.
I'm just saying.
It's the first.
These what is it like Trojans or like yeah
Trojan man.
I mean it's so fucking. It's always been stupid.
Well, I mean, it's a tag title.
No, it's tag. Look, the best tag title ever was I'm going to say Demolition. Demolition had the best
why
tag.
do you have such
love
a hard
Demolition.
on? Thank you, Brian.
It's not about loving Demolition, but that was
Demolition's so garbage.
You always have
I'm
a
not.
hard on for
that
Demolition.
is not a testament.
They
to
are your tag team version of
It's
Dolph
not
Ziggler.
a testament to Demolition. It's a testament to the actual belts.
To cut you off, I'm going to go to Steve. What do you got?
Just Michael Clarity chimed in. He said the Undisputed belt was the best. He liked that one the best.
Ugh.
And then I guess Brian, are you
magic.
chiming in? Oh,
It's magic.
Brian is actually commenting on our chat.
Wait.
and on
You
the-
can do
Brian is
multitasking
wait,
over here.
No, this is not.
It's going to piss him
multitasking.
off so much.
Wait, Brian is actually contributing to the chat online,
Right,
but
and
he is not
on the-
talking in. Oh,
on our actual show.
you
Whoa, yes I am. What are you talking about?
you were back from vacation. Damn it! Know your role and
Vacation.
fucking do
Upload
it.
test said Rock's Undisputed title looked nice, and then the Wing Niggle also he liked that one the best.
Well, what are we going to do here? We've got, and we'll talk about the Divas belt more in the Make Me Care segment, but what are we going to do for the tag titles here? There's a tournament going on. We saw the first half of the first round tonight, and then we're going to have the second half next week, which is going to be Rhino and Heath Slater against Vaudevillains will probably be in there because we didn't see them tonight. We also didn't see the Hype Brothers. Do you guys have any guess what the fourth team is?
But with
There's got to be a fourth team because there's going to be 2 more matches next week to finish the first round. Well, they're going to do the second round on the following week, and then they're going to do the finals on Backlash.
Did you say Slater and
Rhino are still have to go. Vaudevillains still have to go, and the Hype Brothers have to go.
So there's one more.
There's one
Are we
more.
missed?
Well, Usos.
The Usos won
the
tonight.
Usos won tonight.
Okay, all right.
The
There's
Us-
nobody left on the roster. That
Yeah,
could-
the Usos basically beat Ascension tonight.
Primo and
That they're on Raw. Shining Stars are on
That's
Raw,
right.
unless there's somebody like from. I mean, do you think they could just for the fuck of it put Revival or somebody
I was
like in
gonna
this tournament?
Can't be Revival, but
They
Gargano
still-
and Ciampa.
They still got the
That'd be-
belt. Yeah, well,
Gargano and Ciampa.
Yeah, but
Blake and Murphy.
But
No.
chances are Gargano's going to be on Raw, right?
I mean, could somebody return? The Dudleys have left. Could they be bringing in somebody else? Somebody returning? Some old tag team?
I don't know. I haven't heard any scuttlebutts about that.
Well,
None.
I mean, the only that's why I think they left this hanging, because we know that there's one more tag team and we're going to talk about it. That's why when you guys
I think now's the perfect time to bring back the APA.
Ooh, good one.
It more be like the geriatric APA.
They could do the Road Warriors, and they could do like Weekend at Bernie's with Hawk.
Oh,
they can only really do half the Road Warriors.
No. He said Weekend at Bernie's the other half.
What about the team on
NXT?
Heidenreich's still around, right?
Oh, God.
Wow. Wow.
All right, so we're going to go on now to the next part.
3.
Because I think this topic may take some time. We're going to talk about the number one contender. Medine called this. I didn't disagree with him, but I thought it was a horrible idea, and it turned out to be right. Dolph Ziggler, they quickly announced that AJ is the number one contender after beating Cena to fight Ambrose, and they give Dolph Ziggler another chance.
So, maybe they're just going to have a triple threat type scenario.
And I thought that's where we were headed, because I'm like, they can't kill Dolph again. But Medine was like, nope, we're killing him. Got to kill him. Medine just kept and as the match went on, I pretty much agreed with him more and more and saw it coming. And in the end, AJ now has a singles match with Ambrose, which I think we're all pretty happy about.
Oh, yeah. Definitely. Great.
I mean, probably unless you're related to Dolph Ziggler, you're pretty happy about this. Wouldn't you think, Bob?
I don't. I'm confused about, but no.
Dolph Ziggler's got your tongue.
Dolph, but yeah, I mean, no. I'm actually happy about this match.
They buried him more than the Colonel.
Would be.
They're burying.
Fuck you.
They're burying him.
Hey, Bob, eat more chicken.
Yeah, can we?
I was so fucking mad.
Can we address that elephant in the room, Bob? The guy that we have you on record of pretty much just saying he's the best thing since sliced bread. After losing his title match, that you also said how great he would be in it, but wouldn't win, gets dressed as Colonel Sanders and has to pin Chicken Miz.
I'll say, boy, there won't be a chicken hawk.
I'm actually a fan of both Miz and Dolph, and I was befuddled about how they put both those guys in that garbage-ass commercial.
What I was befuddled by is the text you sent me
for a split second. I was like, are they making them wrestle a second time in this dumbass gimmick?
Did I show you that, Brian? That Bob thought that was a real match when he saw the KFC chicken commercial. Like,
oh my!
Because he texted me and he's like, "Wait, you know that wasn't real?" And I'm like, "Apparently everybody but you knew it wasn't real." I mean, did you not see the segue? Jesus.
No, because. Oh, you piece of shit. Okay. No. You're not going to fucking do that to me. For a split second, I was like, I thought that it was real. But then I was like, no. And then I saw the stage and realized it was a different venue.
Different gorilla.
You were the one who was sending me texts, acting like you thought it had actually happened. You're not going to throw this shit off on me and make me look like I'm the only one who was confused by it. Adam Carmen was confused.
No, Rob, do you remember that I said, we got to throw this back at Bob because he really thought this. For no seconds did any of the rest of us think it was real, even if you only thought for 1 second, Bob.
But your text made it read that way because you have low literacy ability.
Because you rule me, Adam. You rule me.
And that's why I was trying to draw you in here, Rob. Remember what I was talking about?
Yeah.
My little marionettes.
Oh, your little puppet show you're doing here? Yeah. Bob, it was a commercial. Obviously a commercial.
Oh, fuck both y'all.
Good comeback.
Yeah. You got your mom joke to throw in there?
You had for my rant last night. God damn it.
No. You said fuck both y'all. I just said fuck you, Bob. So it's, we're different. A little different.
Well, I take
it's like a triple threat match. We work together part of the time, but when the pin comes on Bob, we'll then fight amongst ourselves.
Please, listen to my voice. Take it from the wise old Jew.
So that topic got beat to death.
Yes. All right. So, any other thoughts with AJ and Ambrose? I mean, we're going to give a little bit of predictions at the end, but aside from predictions, anybody else got any comments?
I don't really. Again, I'm coming in here trying to troubleshoot a bunch of shit, and I haven't been really paying a lot of attention. But I hear AJ and Ambrose, and I think Ambrose has failed to impress me in several matches where he should have impressed me, and AJ is an exceptional performer, exceptional worker in the ring. So I'm just hoping, for the sake of Ambrose, that he can actually show something this time. Because
Ziggler actually looked good in ring with it.
But again, Ziggler versus Ambrose at SummerSlam, I thought was lackluster. It seemed like a mid-card Raw match.
Or a main event on a Smackdown.
Right, or on the B show.
Right.
But I just, if Ambrose doesn't come with a different arsenal, a different moveset offensively, it's just going to drag ass.
Well, and here's everybody in the room. You all know my segment's called the Asshole Asylum, kind of because of Dean. Everybody knows I love Dean.
It's well documented.
I like the thought of Dean just losing, just straight losing, and really struggling to get back into the title picture. Like somehow he gets out of grace. Somehow he gets the treatment that Dolph Ziggler's getting right now. Bottom him back out because his character, he's still cutting good promos and stuff like that, but it's hard to cheer for the underdog when the underdog is the champion. It's hard to cheer for the bridesmaid when she gets married. Now you're like, oh, well, good for her.
Does that mean that you'd rather have it on AJ Styles or just somebody else?
I would much rather, especially going forward, I think AJ is what we need to kind of bring a little more. Tonight was the Smackdown that felt at all good. That didn't feel like a complete pile of shit.
Yeah, tonight was decent. That's because I showed up.
Oh, yeah.
I'm following Heath Slater around.
You should have been here a month ago, fucker. I guess that's it. Let's go to Best Worst. Medina, are you with us for Best Worst?
No.
Okay. We need to almost cue up the Beastie Boys. Instead of No Sleep Till Brooklyn, we should have it No Sleep in Brooklyn because Medina is paying for seeing 3 straight.
Oh, that makes sense. I didn't even think about that.
Yeah,
you partied your ass off this weekend,
and he's jet lagged as hell.
It's a work.
Remember, we just watched SummerSlam and we got on here like, oh, we just traveled back from Brooklyn. He actually did.
Wow. No sleep in Brooklyn.
Yeah, No Sleep in Brooklyn. That's Medina. We're gonna start with our guest. Our preferred guest, since Rob last night kept referring to Rawsome as his show, so I'm gonna go to the other person that show Rawsome is first. Here, Steve, who's your show winner?
It had to be AJ Styles. I mean, he just killed it tonight, promo wise and in ring, classic heel stuff.
Absolutely. Brian, what do you got?
I had the same thing. AJ Styles opening up. Was it the first segment when he was mocking everyone in the right?
Yeah,
that started the show. Yeah,
pretty much. He was the only one that came out, and he came out I think 3 times tonight, including the match.
Yeah, between that and then the main event, AJ Styles.
Oh, and he had the locker room brawl.
That was part. That was part of the in the beginning. Right.
Who do you got, Bob?
You know who I think won? The Smackdown audience for a change.
Ooh. You know,
that show
give that
didn't
2 points.
suck. Actually, I really enjoyed it, except for one match.
You got a lot of points.
You know, I think Rob just gave you an extra life with all those coins on that one.
That was Morse code for fuck Bob.
Oh, I thought it was. I think it was. Bob made a good point. Good job, Bob.
Sorry.
All right, Rob. What do you?
Goddamn right, I made a good point.
Rob, what do you got
for show winner?
Yeah, you didn't even see it, so I'm going to make you do the Patrick roll here. Just pick a guy on the roster.
Show winner. I'm going to go.
He might be right.
He might be.
I'm going to go with. Let's see. Adam Rose.
Adam Rose. Not a winner unless he had a front row ticket.
All right.
My winner, you guys already said it, but AJ Styles all the way. Show loser. Let's start with Bob or are you just going to say the Colonel?
Fucking David Otunga.
Wait. I want to hear why. I want to hear
tonight,
why. Because he actually did finally speak tonight.
The shoehorning in of his wife won an Oscar, and his wife's doing this movie, and his wife does this, and blah, blah, blah. And then that weird-ass cheesy moment where he looked at the camera and spoke in Chinese, and I get they're going to China, but it made him look like a fucking jackass. I'm not a fan of Otunga on the mic. I'm not a fan of him as an announcer, and fuck that guy.
You want him to go back to the legal counsel character?
No, I want him to go away.
Wow.
The fuck away.
Why don't we just, for now, when we're in Bob's presence, let's refer to David Otunga as the man whore and just move on. Brian, who's your loser?
My loser is Dolph Ziggler, coming off a loss 2 nights ago, and
tonight.
And
always.
Right, yeah.
As long as Bob is a fan, he's always going to lose.
Yeah, where does he, I just don't know where he goes from here.
He goes back to Memphis Championship Wrestling.
Bob's
so Bob can watch
tonight.
him on Saturday mornings from a armory gym somewhere in fucking Memphis. Oh, wait, no, it would be in Fraser or Millington. My mistake. What do you got, Steve-O? Loss.
Had Dolph Ziggler, too. And you get your rematch, and you just piss it away.
Ziggler.
Kept writing.
With the Templars. Ziggler.
Rob, you want to take a stab at loser?
I had before anybody started, and I didn't see the show. I had Ziggler.
Oh, yeah, just because the chicken thing.
Yeah.
Mine is Dolph Ziggler. You guys already said it. I really want to dogpile more on Bob's pick but, we've given him enough hell so far. I'm going to start for best promo video package. I actually really liked Shane O'Max tonight when he said it was far from over. Now, do I believe that whatever work he and Brock Lesnar are potentially going to do if it's in the ring is going to be worth the shit? No. But I do think that maybe this is Shane bringing Goldberg in to fight his battles. I think that's why I'm giving it the best promo. I think this is how all the Goldberg rumors come to pass. This is you remember a while ago they did Vince and Umaga versus Trump and Bobby Lashley. This will be similar to that. They'll settle that in the ring. You'll have Shane on the outside with Paul on the outside and the two guys in. I don't know if I'm right, but I still like the work that he did tonight. Especially when he called out the announcer. He goes, "Wow, you just won't let it go, will you?" Steve, what do you got?
I had AJ Styles, like I mentioned earlier, because they're calling out Cena wearing the headband on his arm.
I beat John Cena. Loved it. It looks so much better on me.
Did he really wear the headband?
Yeah, he put it on his head and then he put it on his arm.
Oh, that's so awesome.
Bob, your best promo video package.
Orton versus Bray. I thought that those two working against each other. I like the mic work.
Not bad.
I just hope something comes out of that rivalry. But Brian, what do you got?
Yeah.
I mentioned it a little bit before, but the Styles in the locker room part when he was kind of dogging all the other.
You would like a guy in the locker room.
I'll bend you over and I'll take you to Browntown.
I just like the way that Styles is going with his character, and he's really, really, really kind of fitting in that role as far as the cocky heel. I love it.
Yeah, I mean that's why I don't think it's such a bad thing for him to take the title from Dean, and we all know I love Dean, and I'm still saying that. Steve, did you go? You already went. Rob, you want to take a stab?
Yeah, my best promo was Coco Beware at Honky Tonk Man.
Dude, did you see what the parrot did to the Honky Tonk Man's guitar?
He did coke off of it.
Yeah,
I saw that.
And then he plucked all the strings. It was crazy.
All right.
All right, let's go on to.
I'm button happy. I don't know.
We're gonna start with Brian this time. Fuck up of the night. we changed the awards because. Even though Smackdown was actually pretty decent tonight, I changed all the names. So the rest of these are going to sound new. Fuck up of the night, Brian.
So I'm looking through my notes right now, and I just don't see where was the IC title on the show.
Miz,
talking to Steven Spielberg.
He was on the phone. He did that segment. But
when Heath came and asked,
and they only have 2 weeks. They only have 2 weeks until the next pay-per-view. So what are they just going to throw another match together?
Miz is that coffee pot warmer in the convenience store that it's sitting there all damn day. It's keeping it warm. It's not actually fighting anybody. It's not really doing anything. It's just
coffee
holding
pot
on.
warmer.
Yeah. Steve, what do you got here? Fuck up of the night.
I'm actually saving my fuck up the night for my segment that I have later, so I'm going to hold off.
All right. Steve's saving himself for later. Rob, you got a fuck up of the night?
I do. My fuck up of the night is Adam not booting the fucking computer 2 hours ago.
You had one goddamn job, Adam.
One fucking job.
Guilty. Bob, what fuck up of the night?
Okay, so the Usos not putting in any effort into their match. They went into that match knowing they were going to win.
Wait, is that racist?
Well,
saying the Samoans are lazy workers?
It's
or just this
nationalist.
Generation? Okay. Well, yeah, this generation.
That's cool to interrupt my fucking thought. That's fine.
That's my goddamn show. I'll do what the hell I want.
Interrupter.
I could hit a button and make you go away. Be careful.
Yeah. So the Ascension, actually, I thought did a job tonight, and the Usos just phoned it in. It was just lazy wrestling on their behalf tonight.
Yeah, but the Usos, I mean, maybe they were reading the writing on the wall. They're like, we're not going to win this shit, so why should we care? And Ascension's like, this is our only chance to showcase
that was
anything.
That was their WrestleMania.
Yeah, that was their WrestleMania. Exactly.
They are a PG era tag team that needs to reinvent themselves.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure they know how to.
Yeah. What did they do? The Bloodline storyline for 1 week?
That was stupid.
It was.
They need to completely reinvent themselves.
The only good thing about it was the name, and they've ruined it for somebody's future to use.
Maybe them and the Ascension can change outfits.
I think everybody is going to love my fuck up of the night. And Bob, you set me up perfectly. Thank you so much for this. My fuck up of the night is Brian admitting he's never seen an Ascension match before tonight.
I mean, you tell me when the last time.
You have talked about Victor and Connor being your favorites. You've talked about how great they are for I don't know how. When did we start this podcast? In January?
Are you kidding me?
January.
And he has never. Tonight while we were watching it, he admitted that he's never seen an Ascension match.
Not
you want to defend yourself, Brian? Go ahead.
I do. It's not that I've never seen a match, but anytime it's on, it's usually just in passing, or I'm getting up to go take a piss. Or
Well, that's my point. So if these guys are your pretend favorites, and you always go piss or don't pay attention in their match,
brother, it's a work, man.
Oh. Well, it's a bad work. You called yourself out on it. You broke kayfabe with the marked out.
No.
Yeah.
There'll always be a spot in my heart for the Ascension.
No.
Nope.
All right, Bob, you're going to kick us off. Booking error of the night is our next topic. Booking error of the night.
Honestly, if the Usos aren't going to go out there and put their all into a fucking match they're going to win on, they should have put the Ascension over. I think the bookers made a mistake there.
I can actually think that coming from you, that's a valid point, and not just Brian pretending he likes the Ascension. Steve, what do you got?
Booking error of the night? Maybe it should have teased Eva Marie a little bit more, even though she's often in the British Isles. At least have the announcer kind of when they're all in the ring talking about the women's title, something like that. That one would have kind of nice.
She's in the British Isles, though.
I just don't care.
Well, it would have been funny.
It might have been. That is the only good part about her character is that. So you're right. I concede. Rob, you want to chime in for booking error of the night?
Booking error of the night. Medine not getting sleep.
Is he sleeping right now?
I think he
is. He's pretty close. You can just go to the couch. You don't have to, contribute to the chair there.
We can call you up in a minute.
Yeah. Did everybody go but me? Steve, did you go booking error?
Okay. I sure did.
Mine is Nikki versus Carmella.
Oh, poor guy.
And here's why. It's not even so much that it was a bad match, because it wasn't a match at all. It's very simply this. This is the third straight week of Smackdown where a Divas match went to no contest. Somebody attacked somebody in their entrance. Somebody, in this case, Renee Young was interviewing Nikki. Something happened to cause it not being a match. And we talk about lazy creative. This is kind of where we talk about lazy creative, is booking error of the night. And I feel it was garbage for that. Again, that's lazy.
Is it not a possibility that they didn't want Nikki to be a heel? They had to put her in that spot last night because they needed a sixth person. But
Bob,
Sunday night.
Bob,
but, so this was a nice way to flip in Carmella and Nikki.
Now I agree with that, but I think they probably, and I agree that they did this because for Carmella they did this because of Eva Marie. But in Nikki's side, a lot of times if you have somebody that fans like coming back from injury, it doesn't matter. Like Seth had to ease back into his full heel mode. When he came back, everybody went nuts. He did not get heel cheers. He did not get heel boos. He got adulation. Thank God Steph is back.
We love that you hate us. Thank you.
Right.
So that's what Nikki is going through right now. She might return to heel, but for now she's got to promote Total Bellas. She's got a whole bunch of other shit. I just, that's why I think that. Anyway, moving on. Least shitty match. Rob, I'm going to let your funny answer lead off. What is your least shitty match of the night?
Oh, man. I have no idea what's going on.
Don't forget to bring it down. Stevie, what do you got?
Oh, before we go into that, Upload Test wanted to add his. He thinks that they didn't want to overwork Nikki, so she's probably still not 100%.
Yeah, John Cena's overworking that ass.
Yeah, you know, that is hilarious that Rob just said that, because that's the joke Medine and Brian made when this actually happened on air earlier.
Right.
You guys said they don't want to overwork Nikki because Cena's been overworking her. I
don't know. I saw what was that movie? Oh, with
Trainwreck?
I saw Trainwreck. I don't know. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
I didn't watch that part.
Kind of weird.
Yes, you did, Stevie. I know you didn't look away.
Yeah, you did.
All right. We're going to start with Stevie.
Least shitty match.
Least shitty match. Instead of a good and a bad match.
Right. Well, there's not many to choose from. And
exactly.
Obviously, the AJ Ziggler match was awesome. But how about the American Alphas and Breezango? There are actually some really good moves in that match and reversals and high drama and stuff. It was great.
It's a good one. Brian, what do you got?
Yeah, I agree with Steve. American Alpha and Breezango. I also like the pre-match Breezango, the promo that they had backstage.
Oh,
just kind of
when he goes, "Oh, Breeze, that's your name," hysterical. Yeah, I mean they grew on me a little bit more tonight.
Definitely me too. Yeah, for sure.
So Bob, what do you got?
I agree with y'all. It's the American Alpha and Breezango.
Okay. And I've given him a lot of shit tonight. I actually liked the Dolph AJ match. I thought, normally whenever we have this, you're gonna be, if you win, it's gonna become a triple threat. That guy wins. So this is the first night in a long time I can think of where he didn't win. It didn't become a triple threat. It's still a one-on-one match, and I really liked that because of it. And I thought it was good. It sold the drama of that consequence. And being a match that had a commercial break, it was the only one of any length. So I had to go with that. I'm going to segue from you guys, though, for the next one. Opportunity of the night. Opportunity of the night for me was Breezango. Even though they lost, I thought, I agree with you guys on the match. They looked good. They had a good work backstage. They had, I thought they did good. I really liked it. Yeah. They gained a couple fans. Me and Brian tonight, we edged a little bit more to the positive side.
Definitely.
So
they did well. They did well also.
Yeah. Yeah.
They did good.
They did good.
Good.
They did good. I mean, it's Breezango. Do I really have to use good English with them?
No, we don't.
Sorry, I mean well English. Steve, you're up.
Rack English.
I'm up for opportunity tonight. How about Becky getting a push when they were all in the ring and they announced, they talked about the women's side, the whole crowd.
That was interesting.
Yeah, but I don't know that she so much got a push as the crowd gave her a push.
Well, that's the help. And then she actually got to push in the ring, too, the win tonight. So, look at, she might be a contender.
As long as Nikki's not one.
Right.
Yeah. Well, actually, the whole division is a contender since they're doing a six-pack challenge. Brian, what do you got?
Mine, best opportunity, Heath Slater. I mean, the guy was all over the show. And then especially having, teasing for him for next week with him and Rhino. He's going to be in the thick of it, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, I would have liked to see Arn Anderson, though.
Right.
Too bad Arn turned him down.
The two horsemen.
Oh, I missed that.
Yeah,
you did.
Yeah, we'll get to that. Robbie, did you have an opportunity tonight? Or were you just going to dog me about the computer?
But I have at least shitty match.
Oh, okay.
Tito Santana versus Robert Gibson.
Oh, I don't know who Bob Gibson is, but I remember the picture.
You know Robert Gibson? Rock and Roll Express? No?
No.
Fuck. How do you not know?
Because I grew up in the Northeast.
Don't let him. Yeah.
You're fired.
It's Rock and Roll Express, man. They should be in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah. Bob, did you do an opportunity tonight?
No, I haven't yet.
Why don't you give me one?
Opportunity tonight. Okay, so mine's kind of a throwaway, but it's, how they have those people talking in the locker room bits that they had at the beginning of the show? For some reason, Baron Corbin and Eric Rowan were just hanging out, just chit-chatting.
With his mask on.
Rowan wearing the lamb mask.
That's a very good point.
I think that's something they should build on.
That should be, I mean, it might make me give a shit about Baron. It would take away the Wyatt's boys, since you say that they're already gone, but it would actually take them away. I agree. We got one final topic.
But it was just such an odd thing for them that, you just don't think of those two guys just having a chit-chat.
Well, yeah, you never do when it's two monsters like that. It always feels weird when, back in the day, Kane would, be talking to Vader. You'd
fire
what the
bad.
Fuck? Yeah. So
you need to lose some weight.
I'm going to start off our final best worst is just kind of Mauro Ranallo's gold. Tonight, the one that really caught my ear was he said these two are like a dentist and a carpenter. They're fighting tooth and nail. And I just
which match was that?
Wow. What was that? That was the AJ
match.
Yeah. Steve, did you have a Mauro Ranallo gold?
I did, actually, when he said, the telegenic tandem of Breezango. I was like, wow, okay, that's a good one. I like that.
Ryan, do you have anything?
I actually wrote the same exact one that you did, going at it.
It was gold.
Tooth and nail. Yeah, that was a good one.
Bob, you have one to add? I know you're a big Mauro fan.
Did they say, I got two of them. Did they say the telegenic twosome?
Yeah. Telegenic tandem.
Yes, that's what.
Not photogenic,
telegenic tandem. And then the other one I got was American Alpha treated Breezango like critics treated Zoolander 2.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and he did say he did throw in something I didn't catch because I don't know who it was, but the gold medal wrestler for the U.S., 20-year-old, he threw a pop in there for him at some point. You want to throw one in there, Rob? You didn't hear any of it, but you want to make one up like you have the rest of this category?
Paulo's a flying tank.
There you go.
Flying tank.
Repeat from last night.
Yeah.
All right. So, guys, we're going to give the three of you, actually the four of you, keep forgetting Bob's not here when I'm counting in the room. I'm going to give you the four of you, and I think you got some ammo tonight. But here's our Divas segment. Make me care.
It was actually watchable.
Okay. What? That's.
I'm supposed to make you care?
Anybody.
I thought I was just the Heath Slater on the
Carmella.
show. I'm a free agent.
Carmella and Renee Young making out.
That didn't happen.
That
but
did not
I made you care with Becky getting a push.
Make a lucha, make a
all right, well,
lesbian thing.
Here we go. They're already establishing. They have the announcement of the new title, and they're already establishing Carmella as a new heel.
Carmella, yeah. That's
Really?
A good point. Oh yeah,
Wow.
she went heel on
She
Nikki.
went full heel tonight.
Wow.
Nikki was getting interviewed, and she attacked her from behind.
I'm interested in that.
Yeah.
Yep.
It was nice.
What else? They had Natty and.
It's gonna be hard
who
to
the
make
heck
you care.
was it?
This is make me care. You're
I know.
losing just by bringing up Natty.
Right.
They had Natty and someone else. Who else was on commentary? Oh,
Whenever
Naomi.
Brian is finished,
She said
Bob,
a couple
get ready.
words, right?
Right.
Yeah. Naomi, come on.
All right, Bob, you
gotta
got
love that
something
intro.
better than Brian's rambling nonsense. Can you make me care?
I will say that they've decided to invest enough into those 6 women that it was the first match announced for the coming pay-per-view.
What was the match?
They have a 6-pack challenge of all 6 divas. One match.
Women.
Fuck, I don't care. I don't care.
So they all fight
trying to make them
it's
care.
one match, and the winner comes out with the belt. That's
One pin,
This is,
6
look, man, the
wrestlers.
divas are kind of like Rob with Roman. Nobody's going to change your ideas. Nobody's going to change your opinion. You're just doing this segment so that it's making people talk to Adam.
Actually, no. I admitted last night, Raw, if I was covering Raw and we had the Make Me Care segment on Rawsome with Steve and Rob, they would have had a great argument last night. I actually cared.
Better choices.
Bailey debuted to replace the injured Sasha to go against Charlotte. They're doing something aside from that with Nia Jax, even though she wasn't on last night. They're making me care over there. This is the first time we've even had something for the women to fight for. Correct. And that's why everybody's failed in this topic, is because creative's giving you no ammo. I thought tonight they might have given you something.
I feel like a 6-pack challenge with the divas or the women is going to be a finisher fest and
submission fest,
5-minute match, and somebody wins. I don't know. It seems like it's really, to me, it's fucking lazy, honestly.
Well,
might as well be like a battle royal.
Might as well.
And it possibly, because it is a SmackDown only pay-per-view and their roster is so thin and they have to go 3 hours, what if it's not? What if they give this match 20, 25 minutes of those 6 girls to, like, make it look like a ladder match, make them beat the hell out of each other, make them not do a finisher fest, make it a match.
Okay, did y'all fast forward through the match tonight?
No, I didn't
Or
have
did
the
y'all watch
remote. We actually had to watch it. I didn't have the remote.
I actually didn't think it was a bad match tonight.
Which one?
Like, for a change, they had 2 women in there.
Alexa Bliss.
One wasn't Natalie
Bliss
fucking
and
up the
Becky match.
show.
It was good.
Did you just call her Natalie?
Yeah.
Did you?
Yeah, I did. I called her Natalie.
She's related to Tom Phillips.
So do you have lunch with her often?
That's how little she matters to me. I don't even fucking bother with her now.
Jim the Anvil Neidhart's daughter.
They had 2 women in there who were actually putting good effort into a match, and it wasn't bad. The men had the worst match of the night tonight, if that says anything.
Well, they had more to choose from. My big thing is...
Well, this segment's really taken off.
Yeah.
We're not doing well in making
you guys
care.
failed again. Let's just...
Do not do this segment anymore, dude. Yeah. It's a pointless fucking segment because you're never going to change your mind towards these women.
No, I think actually, to me, because I'm such an asshole, this segment is a huge success because my Debbie Downer attitude on the divas has now, like, a fucking fungus caught on to everybody because you guys have all given up going,
when people
Smackdown shit, you're right.
When people like Ember Moon and people like that come up on main roster,
Make me care on NXT, you win every time. Make me care on Rawsome, you're starting to get me to go toward the positive side. Smackdown, I'm on the dark side forever.
It feels like glow wrestling on SmackDown. It really does.
Actually, if they started rapping as they came down to the ring, they showed those pre-taped raps as they were walking down, I would actually love that. Bob, wouldn't you love that?
Farmer's Daughter. Yeah.
Oh yeah,
I hate you so much.
You would love that. You totally would love that. Don't lie.
Actually, I wouldn't, dude. Even back in the day, I hated Glow. I truly did. Dude,
Is it because they wouldn't let you be a handler?
Religion to me.
Is it because they wouldn't accept your submission tape?
No, it was because Dolph wasn't there.
Oh wait,
but he could have been with that hair.
No, they big brothered him.
Oh.
He submitted
You
his
forget,
audition
dude,
tape and didn't get it down there.
I've grown up in Memphis, where Saturday morning wrestling was religion.
Oh, yeah.
Like it's like I got to see the greats before everybody else did in the WWE.
Okay, well, what? So why are you a Ziggler fan?
Wow.
Touche. Do I have a whiteboard to give Rob a mark for that one?
Upload test was like bring in Lacey Von Erich. If anybody remembers her.
Ooh, I do.
And that would be interesting because she's dating
I thought
Ricochet.
you were going to say because she's
Prince
dead
Puma
or something.
I thought you were because she's dead.
Yeah. That would be interesting because she's dead.
No. Wait, who'd you say, Von Erich?
Yeah.
No, I'm sorry. I'm thinking
Lacey
Tess
Von
Blanchard.
Erich.
Aren't they all dead?
She had a little bit of
I
a
know,
run in
yeah,
TNA.
Tessa, yeah.
Sorry. What the fuck?
Yeah, she was sloppy as shit in
Exactly.
TNA.
Yep.
Oh. All right, Brian, it's trivia time.
And now it's time for a little Smarkdown trivia.
It's like a dangler dump that just won't let go and plop. What do you got, Brian?
All right, so tonight we're going to be doing a little bit.
Wait, hold on.
Yeah.
You need
One
whiteboards
second.
and all that stuff?
Yeah.
Bob, give us time to write the fucking answers down. Don't just shout them out again, you jackass.
And I'll give you guys. You guys all have a whiteboard, so I'll go to Bob first with.
Okay, I will wait for my name to be called before I get
There
the
we go.
answer.
There we go. All right, so tonight
And we're not with Kira,
But
so
Adam,
we should move fast.
Adam, you're going to have to repeat the question back to me because I can kind of make out what people are saying.
Can't
but
hear me.
You're going to have to,
All right. So we're going to be doing.
Bob is so high maintenance.
Who am I?
Wait, hold on.
Hey, listen.
Wait,
Go
hold
on.
on. Are you sure your phone is turned up and he's not on speaker?
I am sure my phone is turned up.
When Brian called the other day, it was perfect, right?
I could hear. Yeah, I could hear pretty well.
Yeah.
I mean, he's not on speaker.
Okay.
Yeah, return to call. Yeah, this is
like
great
I
radio.
haven't heard Medine say a word.
Well, nobody
he
has.
passed
I
the
wouldn't
fuck
worry
out
about
as
that.
soon as we got through the dirt report, mud report,
He
dirt
passed
sheet,
out.
whatever the
I
fuck you
can,
call
you
it.
know, I
Dirty
can hear
mud.
Brian. Okay.
All right. Anyway, all right. Bob gets special treatment here.
Yeah, there we go.
Can
So
you hear
let's go.
this, Bob? Can you hear this?
You want me to turn it off?
Jesus. We're going to be doing Who Am I?
Who am I?
All right, so I'm going to be reading a couple hints, and you guys are going to have to guess which wrestler, and this is going to be for all time. WWF,
All time.
but it's going to be no specific time period. It's just going to be...
All right, so you're going to list, like, basically a resume, and we're going to guess who it is.
For instance, ready? So we'll start off with one. Ready?
Yeah.
It's the Royal Rumble pay-per-view,
Okay.
year 1996.
1996.
Diesel just cost me a chance to become the WWE champion. Who am I?
What didn't you hear of that, Bob?
The fuck was that? Any of that? I heard Royal Rumble '96, but
I'll read it again. It's the Royal Rumble pay-per-view, year 1996. Diesel just cost me a chance to become the WWE champion. Who am I?
Everybody ready?
Everybody write stuff down. Bob, you got an answer?
are you Sean?
That is incorrect. All right. How about you, Steve?
I had HBK too.
Yeah, I had HBK as well.
Incorrect.
I had Brett.
Incorrect.
All right, who was it?
The correct answer was The Undertaker.
Oh.
Was it when he was fake Taker?
Let's see. Diesel was not in a good mood after losing the WWE Heavyweight Championship a few months earlier. He'd been enjoying championship reign last year. There's a lot to read. Shawn Michaels won the Royal Rumble match, lastly eliminating Diesel. Oh, what do we got?
We're going to interrupt your ramblings.
He upload test said it was Sid, but it's not Sid Vicious, obviously.
Yeah.
Sorry, we don't need to know that shit.
Sorry, upload test, you're wrong.
Yeah, announce when upload test gets something right. Don't tell us when he gets stuff wrong. We're going to lose patrons when you're like, hey, by the way, let me chime in for a second. Upload test, you're wrong. Just wanted to acknowledge that. All right. What's next, Brian?
All right. So the next one is going to be a true or false. Same idea, though.
Yeah.
It's the first ever WWE Judgment Day pay-per-view, 1998. I just started my first reign as WWE European Champion. I'm X-Pac, right?
True or false?
I started my first reign as WWE champion.
It's the first ever WWE Judgment Day pay-per-view, 1998. I just started my first reign as WWE European Champion.
Oh, European Champion.
I'm X-Pac, right?
Did you say what year?
Just true or false?
1998.
1998.
Yeah, so it's true or false.
I'm ready.
Wow.
Me
okay,
too.
I'm ready.
All right, Bob, what do you got, bud?
What do you got,
I'm
Bob?
going to say false.
That is correct.
I got false.
Steve?
False.
False, nice.
Yeah, he was in
Upload
WCW
test
then,
said
wasn't
false as well.
Who's that?
he? Wasn't he X-Pac WCW at that time?
No, he was
98?
Yeah, he was in he
No,
was with
DX.
Okay. All right.
I had William Regal, right?
Well, I had false.
Yeah.
Right.
Upload test got it right. Well,
He
we
did,
can
yes.
give him credit here
He
now.
did get it right.
There
All
we
right.
go.
What we got next?
All right. The year is 2000, and it's WWE's King of the Ring pay-per-view. I'm the new WWE Heavyweight Champion. Who am I?
Oh, I've watched the 01 one 1,000 times, I feel, and you're going to ask the 2001 because that's the one I don't know.
2000 King of the Ring. Who's the world champ? I don't know.
I'm ready. Answer locked in.
All right, Bob, what do you got?
I'm going to go with Austin.
That is incorrect, sir.
Unfortunately, that is
Adam,
also what I had.
You had Austin.
Yeah, Steve.
I had Rock.
That's correct.
Nah.
There we go, my man.
I had Kane.
Who did The Rock fight?
Let's see.
I mean, we were even close.
At WWE Judgment Day 2000, Triple H defeated The Rock in a 60-minute Iron Man match to regain the WWE Heavyweight Championship with some help from the McMahon-Helmsley faction, as well as inadvertent help from the returning Undertaker. Yeah. All right. Let's see.
Yay.
Let's see.
Yay.
All right, we're going to do another true or false. It's the WWE's Invasion pay-per-view, and my match is about to begin. I'm about to show everyone what hardcore stands for when I become the new WWE Hardcore Champion. You know why? Because I'm Jeff Hardy, right? True or false?
Oh, So does Bob have to go first again?
Sure.
Fuck Bob.
Fuck Bob.
I'm going to say false.
That is correct.
False.
False.
All around?
Yep.
Nice.
Well, when you give us a 50-50 chance, we're going to do a lot better.
Jeff Hardy was the WWE Hardcore Champion heading into WWE Invasion pay-per-view, but he didn't walk out with the title.
RVD did.
Exactly. Yeah. Good call. There we go. You got a good memory on you.
You're talking years that I owned on DVD, so I watched those so many times.
All right, and here we go with the last one. Tonight is WrestleMania 19 pay-per-view, and I will soon make my WWE debut. They aired a video tonight promoting my appearance at the next appearance at the next pay-per-view Backlash. Who am I?
So it debuted at Backlash.
Wait, that was so mumbled and what?
Tonight is WrestleMania 19 pay-per-view, and I will soon make my debut in WWE. They aired a video tonight promoting my appearance at the next pay-per-view Backlash. Who am I? So it was WrestleMania 19, and they aired a video package promoting my appearance at Backlash. And this will be my WWE debut.
First ever debut?
Mm-hmm. Yes, sir.
Like, he didn't even appear on Raw prior?
No. And in fact, I do remember this. They aired it. I believe they closed the show with it. Yeah.
No idea. All right. I'm guessing.
Bob, what do you got?
Goldberg?
That is correct.
Yeah.
Oh.
There we go. Right.
Damn.
Rob, nice.
I had Orton. I just wrote down something.
All right.
I
good.
figured you had Macho Man.
No.
All right.
Okay.
And that's trivia.
It's now time.
What? Oh, sorry. I'm half dead tonight.
I know. It's our third podcast in a row.
I am so fucking exhausted. Here, I'm just going to give you this. Only time you get it.
Only time.
All right, I'm going to keep it quick. My asylum tonight is Smackdown's future. Tonight, for good or bad, it basically because the prior episodes were such shit. Tonight gave us something to look forward to. Tonight showed us some new belts. Tonight showed us that we're going to have a tag team tournament division. Like it or not, we're finally doing something with the tag teams. The Divas have a belt. They're going to start having some rivalries. That means something. Maybe some more no contest matches. And they actually did something good with the number one contenderships. They're kind of trying to build storylines away from the belt in Randy and Bray. My big soapbox kind of rant tonight about this and why I think it's so shitty is why the fuck did they wait so long? Raw has been kicking their ass for a month by doing stuff like this. Now, because they're doing it a month later, it feels like they're just behind the curve. They're like the kid that caught mono and is now a month behind when he comes back to school. Is there any way to catch up, or are they just going to be trailing forever? Or is that why they got Backlash? They got the first pay-per-view that's just for them. Anybody want to interject? There's your time.
Go on, Bob.
Yeah, go ahead, Brian. Go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, and one of the rumors that I've been hearing a lot, and let me hear what you guys have to say about it. I really hope they don't. Their answer isn't Goldberg.
He didn't show up at SummerSlam, so maybe that won't be in the
I
cards.
really sincerely hope that's just them going back to their old ways of just bringing in these guys that,
I think Goldberg's going to do with Brock. I mean, the last time Goldberg was in a WWE ring was against Brock.
They did chant Goldberg at SummerSlam.
Exactly, and that's because of that. And I really think this Shane thing is going to evolve to Goldberg's Brock at Survivor Series. He'll get a Legends-type contract. He doesn't have to work much. It's just, what do you think, Bob?
He just had knee surgery 6 weeks ago.
Right. We're talking Survivor Series.
Survivor Series? Oh.
Yeah.
I came back from a pretty decent knee surgery, and I'm no athlete and didn't push myself at all. And I was back in 6 months. He could be back in enough time.
To light work kind of thing.
Yeah, potentially. They could do,
spear, jackhammer.
Yeah, exactly. Light work. He only
all, he did, anyway.
All his matches ever was light work, so that shouldn't be difficult.
That's tough.
Yeah, and Brock can't go more than 15 minutes himself. So, I mean, together we might have a 5-minute match if we're lucky beyond intros. So, I mean, that's just my point. Is I don't know why SmackDown didn't do this from the get-go, and why we're just now getting something to talk about in a positive manner. I changed our best worst. I put fuck up of the night, booking error of the night, least shitty match, opportunity of the night into the best worst, because I really didn't have anything best to say. That we were all picking the same damn shit.
Yeah, show winner, and that's about it. Yeah.
Exactly. Show winner and show loser is where we all kind of debated. So, I mean, that's just my point. That's my 2 cents. That's my soapbox.
Okay.
You're not going to give me my answer?
Such a dick.
Sorry. All right, we got
totally
see, man.
No. I am totally fucking out of it tonight.
We're winding
exhausted.
down. We are near the end.
We're gonna have to submit you for the wellness program.
Yeah. Somebody test me.
It's suspicion.
I asked Stevie to give me a little work here. We don't have any music. We don't have anything. We're just going to go right into it.
Well, I kind of showed up. I haven't been on Smarkdown yet.
It is your debut.
And so I kind of showed up because I'm listening to Heath Slater. It's like, he's got to show up on this episode. I came tonight to watch that. And part of my biggest fuck-up of the night, I saved it for tonight, because when they kind of dealt with his tag team issue where he's going to find a partner, I was looking at the roster, like, who else is left? I kind of overlooked Rhino, who he picked, or who picked him. But they should have done Kane, Demon Kane, and kind of play on the Daniel Bryan Kane thing back in the day.
Well, him and Big Show and Mark Henry, they announced, are all part-timers.
Right. I also like, though,
it could have been a part-time thing.
But they could have also done like the Big Red Machine, because he's a redhead. Come on, it's right there. It's gold.
You can't beat it.
Right?
As horrible as what Brian just said, can we not agree that that's probably better than anything SmackDown Creative has come up with?
Yeah, Rhino is kind of interesting, but
I think they'll be a good pairing, but I don't see them
Yeah,
they're not going to be.
Kane would have been the deal.
Yeah,
there's a shock factor to it.
So, well, that was our Heath Slater sightings. Free agent.
Are we going to bring the dead man up here?
The dead man.
The dead man
over there on the couches.
Oh no!
Rest
the hell with that. Hey, let's let him rest. He'll catch up on Monday.
No sleep time.
He spent the weekend doing what we would want to do anyway.
Yeah.
So.
Right.
What we will do at Mania, we're going all 3 days. It'll
be a
if
lackluster
Smackdown
podcast.
is worth the shit by that, we might do 4 days.
Yeah.
If I said if.
Yeah.
So real quickly, we're gonna wind down the show. In place of final thoughts, I kind of want to do final thoughts and Backlash shape up, kind of combined. We got 3 matches announced, so just kind of some soft predictions here. The first one is a 6-pack challenge. We got Nikki, Naomi, Alexa, Carmella, Natalia, and Becky. And then the tag titles, we have American Alpha, no surprise, and the Usos, no surprise, advancing. I see them probably fighting in the next round. And we've got
to be announced.
Right. And we don't know who the opponents will be, but we got 3 out of the 4 teams announced for next week: Rhino and Slater, Vaudevillains, and the Hype Brothers. We just don't know what those matchups will be and what that 4th team will be. And then lastly, we've got AJ Ambrose. We're kind of teased, I guess, maybe. I don't know if he'll be able to actually go with it already because of the staples, but we're kind of teased with Orton and Bray.
Right. I don't think they could get him in the ring that quick, do you?
No. But so quick round the horn, kind of throw your final thoughts in here as well. We're going to start with Bob because you're an hour behind anyway in Memphis.
I think it's going to be Nikki, which is going to be a fucking travesty.
Boo.
No.
That's it. American Alpha, I don't think there's any way to disagree with that, but I think it's going to be American Alpha versus Slater and Rhino in the finals.
That would be great.
I like that, yeah.
Yeah.
It's another work that they could prolong with Heath, like, hey, until you win, you don't get a contract.
Hey, Bob, can you hear me better? No. Okay. Go ahead.
Can you hear me better?
Can you hear me now?
Yeah. And then Ambrose, I've got winning.
Okay. Brian, you want to take a stab at predictions here?
I mean, with only 2 weeks kind of leading up to Backlash, right?
Yeah.
Backlash. I don't know. I mean, it's going to be cool to see AJ Styles kind of going for, kind of flirting with Ambrose in the main event, but I just don't really see how they can kind of fill out the rest of the card.
It's going to be a short Backlash, right? 2-hour pay-per-view? Or
no,
I don't see how they can stretch it anymore.
It can't be longer than any 2.
There's no way.
No way is it 3 hours.
Well, no, that's why I'm saying if they're smart, Rob said this a lot last night about how why can't they look at NXT and get smart from NXT? If they give the tag team title match, the finals, the tournament finals, an actual 20 minutes to 30-minute match, if they give the Divas, instead of a finisher fest, an actual match, sorry, women's, who gives a shit? If they let Orton and Bray tell a story with their match, if they let Ambrose and AJ tell a story with their match, if they find a way to not have Dolph Ziggler fight Miz and do something else creative there, there's a lot of stuff that you could throw in. They could make a lucha thing great by having Kalisto get raped again by Baron Corbin.
But that's the thing, though. They only have another week to lead up to it. You know what I mean? That's not that much time
there's 2 weeks.
2 weeks. I'm sorry.
There's 2 more Smackdowns.
Yeah, and Miz, the IC title. What's going to happen with that?
What's happening to Apollo? Maybe they actually. Daniel Bryan and Shane McMahon said tonight they're going to give people opportunities. Maybe they actually do. I don't know.
When did they lose? When did they lose the ability to, I don't know, plan pay-per-views? It feels like now they're rushing at the last minute to get anything done. And if they already have everything planned, why are they taking so long to roll it out?
Well, I always play devil's advocate in this situation, and the only reason I can defend them right now is because a goddamn creative is getting injury-laden and doesn't know what the hell to do. Or they keep getting curveballs from suspension.
But not SmackDown.
That's what I was going to say. What injuries have happened on SmackDown?
I mean, besides Randy.
Well, I mean, Randy, of course, had that happen. We were expecting Shelton to come, and I really think they were expecting Shelton to come to replace Cena.
Big curveball there,
I think they were expecting him to replace Cena while Cena was going to do
Those
what
are
he's
some
doing.
big
Yeah,
shoes
but
to fill.
they've had
had
enough time. They've had, 2 weeks now? They've had enough time to work something else out.
He was hurt, yeah.
All I'm saying is you got 2 weeks to a pay-per-view, and you don't even know half of what could be rivalries.
Yeah, they just unveiled the logo tonight for it.
They should just do a fucking drawing and say, pick your opponent.
Yeah.
It might be more entertaining that way.
That Taboo would be Tuesday fun. Or whatever the heck it was.
Yeah.
Cyber Sunday.
They could try and get people engaged. That went over like a fart in church.
Right.
I would be in favor of the bingo hall thing where you draw your opponent's name out of this.
I swear to you, I could put together 4 weeks worth of Smackdowns and a pay-per-view to follow better than they fucking do.
Yeah. And you're right. Raw has more of a, we didn't know Finn was going to get injured kind of angle there, but you're right.
Right.
SmackDown doesn't have as much of an excuse. Were you finished with your points and picks, Bob?
Yeah.
All right, let's go to Steve here.
This is really not my show. I'm just thankful to be here, and just thanks to our listeners, Upload Test, Brian Clarity. Brian was even
Michael
chiming
Clarity.
in more. Oh,
Yo,
Brian.
man.
No, that's
Brian
their
Michael
dating
Clarity.
name,
Okay,
Brian
that's
Clarity.
Brian
Clarity.
Clarity. And then just watch Rossum Monday.
Good
Listen to us,
plug. Good plug. Definitely catch out Rossum. They compliment their good show. We just bitch about our bad one.
Yeah, feel free to get in the chat on YouTube, and I'll chime in with you.
Yeah, we can always talk back and forth on the show.
Yeah.
What do you got, Brian?
I think I already went.
You gave me your Backlash predictions?
Oh, yeah.
Because I don't remember them. What were they?
Well, we were talking about the card.
Yeah.
3 Well, we still don't even really know.
We know 3 matches. 2 weeks away. I need 3 winners.
Too early prediction, right? I
I mean,
all right, the hell with you.
Wow,
Rob, you got anything?
Yeah, give me some matches. Read me matches. I'll give you winners.
The 6-pack challenge is
Okay.
all the women's division. Becky, Nikki, Natty, Naomi. God, there's a lot of N's. Alexis.
I'm gonna say
Alexa.
I'm gonna say Becky just because they got a heel champion on Raw.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm going to say Becky, too.
Tag team title finals. We don't know the last team that's involved. We got Rhino and Slater still in.
I like what Bob said there at American Alpha's take. No, I like what Bob said as far as the match goes, and if that is the match, I'm gonna go Slater and Rhino.
Yeah. I like Slater and Rhino winning, but again, it would be like Nikki winning last night. You have somebody who's not a real tag team in your division take the first belt home. Maybe they do that for Slater, since he finally gets something on his resume worth of shit.
Yeah. So it's Ambrose and AJ.
And then Ambrose and AJ is official.
I will say this:
that Randy and Bray will be at it.
And you might not like this, but I think it's gonna be AJ, and I think that because I believe that Dean has failed to hold up the brand. I believe he has failed to be the leader of that program. He has been mid-card at best, in my opinion.
Well, one of the things that I kind of liked about how do I put this? One of the things I liked about Ambrose, the thought of him losing, Stone Cold, every time he had a title reign, he would have to, by hook or crook, continue to keep it and all this other stuff. There was just no way around it.
Right.
Like in his title reigns, he was always best chasing it. When he went heel as the champion, then he could hold the belt. As long as we have that no heel, I want to see AJ win. I want to see Ambrose not have the belt. Rob is completely broken down here because our microphones are picking up Medine snoring.
Medine is offering content for us. He just doesn't know it yet.
Yeah, his contribution is finally. Yeah, no sleep till Charlotte apparently because now he's asleep. To just kind of finish, I hope AJ wins. I think now is the time for AJ. I think it proves a lot to the Mark crowd that we will put somebody over that came from another company. And it just took us, 7 or 8 months to do it, but we are going to put him over. We just had to make him earn it a little bit and make sure he was going to work with our company and our belt. I'm fine with that. I want to see him go over. I want to see Ambrose get screwed out of the rematch. I want to see Ambrose get back to maybe he takes Bray's spot for a little while
or
as the jobber.
Spot.
No, as the main event jobber. I want to see him like...
You'd rather see him there, huh?
I want to see his character go back to form. I don't completely agree with Rob saying he failed to carry the show, the brand. I think his character failed to be a champion. It just didn't work.
So the difference is what?
Him chasing that brass ring, he always felt really desperate. Now that he's on top, he's got a swagger about him. No, you're the desperate, crazy lunatic.
Yeah,
it doesn't work.
You know what? When I think Raw, I think Seth Rollins. When I think Smackdown, I think
Cena.
No, I think fucking. I don't even fucking know.
Well, you don't think Ambrose is the problem?
No.
Well, and that is the point. Is that he has not. And outside of Stone Cold's podcast, I'm not active on social media. I'll be the first to admit that. is he actually doing a bunch of things like every other champion? Finn, Charlotte, they were on Good Morning America the next day. Where was Dean? I don't think Dean. I saw he might have done a shoot on ESPN briefly,
right?
And he was on Stone Cold's podcast.
But if he's supposed to be like this loose cannon type of gimmick, I mean, you can't really be having him marching
He's not
into
the most spectacular
But that's the thing is he hasn't been this loose cannon gimmick because he hasn't just run down to the ring.
Yeah, but
he's
Seth
gone
Rollins
and sat in the announce chair and been smarmy.
Well, Seth Rollins was a sniveling little rat, but he was on Good Morning America kissing babies and shaking hands.
That's right.
Shit.
Yeah, Stephanie is the queen of duality. Off the air, she is a gem.
I don't want to criticize Dean too much because honestly, it's a guy I think that I would enjoy hanging out with. I think.
Sure.
Fun.
Drink some beers.
I don't look at him as somebody who's like, I really care to do all that extra shit.
I think he is going to be one of those guys that will go down, and I'm not comparing his style and stuff. That he will go down in the HBK Undertaker kind of scenario. What I mean by that, and I'm not even talking Hall of Famer. No, I'm not talking Hall of Famer. I'm comparing them. Those guys could exist on a wrestling roster without a belt storyline. They could just have a...
Yeah, so could Al Snow.
No, he couldn't. You
give me some head.
You hate Dean so
I
bad.
do not hate Dean. I just he does nothing. He does
who does he have?
Propels nothing in the fucking.
This would be a reverse of roles in the Make Me Care. Who does he have to go against? He has a returning Orton. Great, we don't give a shit because that's not going to be a fight anytime soon. We have nobody on SmackDown as the main event.
Seth didn't have anybody to go against. Seth ran through the fucking roster, and he didn't have anybody to go with, and he still commanded that show. He commanded that entire broadcast. Dean doesn't command shit.
Okay, you didn't
except for Renee's pussy.
That's why AJ
you didn't
got
see it tonight,
tonight.
But it was an hour into the show, and we only have 2 hours before Dean even made a ridiculous appearance in a Mohegan Sun shirt and a hat,
giant cowboy hat.
Yeah, they don't know.
But you know, Stone Cold be back there like, give me on goddamn TV. I'm gonna go out there right now. I'm gonna do something. Just goddamn what. Rock will be like, I'm ready to go. Let's get it out there. Let's fuck it. I think Dean literally sits on his little fold-out chair.
They try to make him do that.
But it doesn't matter about the character. It's about the push that he gives himself. I see Dean as a guy who's sitting back on his fold-out chair back behind Gorilla just waiting for his number to be called rather than walking up to the coach and saying, hey, let me in the fucking game.
Well, we only mentioned it once.
Okay.
Bob, hold on for 1 second. We only mentioned this once. You think that Dean, who came from literally the streets, being homeless, without parents, taking care of him and his sister, is sitting on his laurels and doesn't care? I really think this is creative and booking's fault because they don't have anything for him. They gave him the belt to make fans happy and do this to get it to Smackdown, and they don't know what to do beyond that story could translate to probably a third of the wrestlers of all time. So where it's a horrible story, I'm glad he propelled through it. That's fine.
Well, he did it as a
kid,
and I'm not saying
a lot of them do it living out of their car.
I'm not
as
saying
adults.
he's lazy.
He did it as a kid.
That's fine. Okay, that's fine. I'm not saying he's lazy and resting on his laurels. I'm saying he's not made to be the man. He's not made to be the man.
And I agree.
Yeah.
I agree, but I'm saying he has a character, and that's why that was my one point of comparing him to Michaels and Taker, is because he's not the man, but he is quality in my opinion. He doesn't need the belt. He needs rivalry storylines. He needs to be away from the title unless he's trying to chase it only to be disappointed again. He could work in what they're doing to Dolph Ziggler, I think would be perfect on his character.
He needs to be a heel.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Kick him down.
Yeah.
Kick him way down, and you back me into a corner, now I'm coming out swinging. That's what I want to see his character evolve into from here. And I'm a huge fan. That's where I think you can salvage him. And if you can salvage, and maybe it's not salvage is a strong word to use with this, if you can have people, even 5 of them, change their mind about Roman like you have, then maybe you can do the same with Dean, because people swung.
Well, maybe. I mean, if you look at the comparisons, who he gets compared to, Roddy, he gets compared to Stone Cold, he gets compared to Shawn. The highlights of all of their careers was when they were heels. If you're going to compare him to them, you need to recognize that and make him a fucking heel.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I just think he's got handcuffs on creatively as
not
his
his fault.
Yeah,
that's Renee's fault.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's getting all the pushes instead of him. He's giving the pushes, she's taking them.
Yeah.
Anybody else got any final thoughts? Anybody else want to throw anything in?
Did you guys? Did you happen to see actually at SummerSlam? He was wrestling more of a heel kind of that whole match. Even just the way that he was playing to the crowd.
You weren't in the room, but I said that, and Rob got really mad at me. He goes, he's a face. He's clearly a face.
No,
he's
but
not
just-
in between anymore. He's a face.
First, I don't sound like that, fuckhead.
That's how you sound in my
Just
head.
the way that he was even just working the match, to me, just came off way more
You don't
not traditionally how we've been seeing lately.
Your impersonation of me in our Shots Fired segment, and you're mad that I went, he did this.
Oh, I go make my car.
Yeah.
Okay, guys. Okay, anybody got final thoughts in here?
Can I? Yeah, whatever. My show, I get a shot in the back at you.
No, fuck you.
Very, very
Ninja,
simple.
please.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Thank you, Kira.
All right. Yeah, Kira, I'm sorry you got roped out of the room tonight. Medina, I'm sorry you passed out. Bob, I thank you for joining us so that Rob, when he was engaged, could at least take some shots back at you.
Fuck you, Bob.
Upload Test said one more thing.
Oh, what did Upload Test say?
Stone Cold was best as a tweener. He lost the attitude.
Steam.
Lost steam, and the Attitude Era lost steam when Stone Cold went all out heel in 2001.
Yeah, when he went at the end of Invasion, when he sided and
yeah, that wasn't a good time for him.
No. But when he was struggling and constantly chasing the belt and not holding it long, that's where the Stone Cold comparisons come to Dean. Great job, Upload Test. Thank you for supporting my opinion.
You know what I hated about that? I'll just say this real quick.
What did you hate, Brian?
When he was a heel, he had all the different colored knee braces.
Yeah.
It was that, I don't know, that was his edgy.
Dude, what I would hate is how they stuck out the bottom of the jort.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
Oh,
wow. Well done there, Brian.
Well, thank you guys for joining us. We're going to, don't forget, Rawsome comes on Mondays. About a half hour, 45 minutes after Raw goes off air. We come on about the same time after Smackdown. Tune back in next week. Same Smark time, same Smark channel.
I'll catch you on the flip side.
Smarkdown Podcast is recorded, edited, distributed, and marketed at U-Record Studios in Charlotte, North Carolina. For more information on optimizing your podcast for increased listenership, check out U-Record on Facebook, Twitter, and email sales@urecordstudios.com or visit the website www.urecordstudios.com.
Yes! 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 Yes!
You're listening to the Electronic Media Collective Podcast Network. Yeah, it's a mouthful. For more great shows, visit electronicmediacollective.com.